Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Otsego City Council meeting. Tonight is Monday, February 23rd. Audra, can you have the record show our city attorney, city planner, city engineer, along with all council members, our assistant city administrator, and our city administrator are present. At this time, I'll ask you all to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our first item of business this evening is the open forum. This is the portion where you can come to the podium, state your name and address, and limit comments to 5 minutes or less. Would anyone like to speak at this time?
Hi, Kathy Coles, 15613 90th Street Northeast. I'm here with my monthly picture of the grocery store. Dan has told me there's communication going on, so I know that's good. So we'll just wait to see what happens this spring.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any other comments? All right, we will close the open forum and move on to consider our agenda for approval. Does anyone have anything that they would like to add or delete at this time?
Madam Mayor?
Yes, Ryan?
I would like to bring down 3.3 off of the consent agenda. We can make that 6.1.
Okay.
And also we can remove item 5 based on our conversations in the special meeting. Okay. With that, I would move to approve the agenda as amended.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Ryan, seconded by Corey. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Next item is our consent agenda. The motion would be in order.
Madam Mayor?
Yes, Ryan?
I move to approve the consent agenda as amended.
Second.
Motion by Ryan, seconded by Tina. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Next item is under our Park and Recreation Lily Pond renovation project. Good evening, Mr. Jacobs.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Gotta go up, rise. There you go.
It's your favorite Parks and Recreation Director back here in action. Wanted to talk to you guys tonight about Lily Pond Park renovation. We haven't had a project like this since 2023 come across, which was School Knoll Park at the time. So if you guys remember that, there was some lessons learned at that time with making sure that the project was truly comprehensive and also being mindful of timelines. So tonight there is 2 motions, as you will see, one to procure the playground, the other to authorize the bid process. Ordering that playground tonight is paramount to making sure that we maintain our timelines and that, as far as construction goes, it arrives on time. We're not waiting for the long lead time that play structures have known to be an issue with. So kind of talking through tonight, Hannah's here from HKGI to go through some things. I just want to touch on community input, as in the packet it kind of outlined a little bit, but going a little bit more into detail. The mailings were sent out. The Parks and Recreation System Master Plan identifies a half-mile service area. The commission actually so chose to extend that to a full mile due to those lots being larger in that northwest corner in the area it serves. So there was 400 surveys mailed out to that 1 mile radius. We did also host an in-person event that we had about 10 to 15 people at. It was the middle of summer, so many people were busy, but that survey that we did mail out and post on Facebook had a QR code. The survey was linked on Facebook as well. And that survey did receive 105 responses. So pretty good feedback. Hannah's going to talk through her design and some of the reasons why we did what we did and kind of the infrastructure that's failing at the park. I will turn it over to her at this time and be available for questions at the end.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
You're not as tall.
Okay. So, hello, my name is Hannah Schmitz. I'm a landscape designer at HKGI, and I'm just going to give a brief overview of where we've been and where we're going with Lily Pond Park. So we'll start out with, like I said, general overview, and then if you just go back 2 slides. We'll get into the proposed park design. I'll get into some of the specific features that go along with that design. And then we'll go into the cost estimates, which includes the playground cost estimate, then the overall cost estimate, and then some alternates that we have. And then we can get into next steps for the park. Next slide. All right, so starting with where we've been. So last summer we did the community engagement, like Nick had said. We did that in-person event, and then we also did an online survey. The survey had a lot of responses, which was great. And from that, we were able to develop a preferred master plan and cost estimate. These were pretty general. The cost estimate was very general, and we took that then to the Park Commission, and the Park Commission gave their feedback, and the final plan was approved. From there, in November, we received a site survey, and our team was able to start beginning on the construction documents. And then this past month, we presented those construction documents, that site plan, to the Park Commission and a final cost estimate, which was approved. So then just a few weeks ago, we submitted the 100% bid set to the city and all of our specs. So now today we're requesting that council authorization to bid and then potentially ordering that playground just to help with the timeline of the construction process. So I can get into the remaining items in the following slides, but let's just skip to the next slide for now. So overall project goals, the budget for this project is $580K. And some of the top priorities are the tennis court, the playground, improving the existing playground because right now it's past its lifespan, and then resurfacing the trails. Other priorities include the basketball court. There's some cracking going on at the basketball court and also at that parking lot. And then some other site improvements include site furnishings like restroom enclosure around porta potties and irrigation allowance. Next slide. So now we can get into that preferred concept. So this is not as pretty as a normal concept that you would see. This is just straight from our construction documents. But we'll start out with an updated playground. And I will say just overall, a lot of the line work that you're seeing in this park is pretty similar to what's out there today. So the playground will remain in its same spot. We're just updating and enhancing the amenities to be accessible. And we're also, with that playground improvement, removing that southeast sort of quadrant there. And the reason for removing that southeast quadrant is just because we get a little more bang for our buck then if we invest in the west side of the playground. So I'll show you some renderings that have been done for that proposed playground, but that's the reasoning for removing that quadrant over there. We're also looking at replacing the tennis court. That is fully resurfacing the tennis court, adding in new fencing, posts, nets, and then along with that tennis court, we'll provide some pickleball striping. That does not include built-in nets. There are some temporary nets that I believe the city owns that will be deployed as needed for pickleballers. We're also going to be adding a new half-court basketball court. Right now, there's a full-court basketball court out there. And the reason for the half-court is you just get some cost savings. So you're able to have a newer basketball court, but without the cost of having to fully redo it. It's about half the cost. And based off of surveys, the basketball court was one of the lesser used amenities. So we thought if we could get some savings there, we could then invest it elsewhere in the park. Resurfacing the parking lot. Right now, the existing parking lot has some cracking going on. So there's a need there for that. Resurfacing the trails. Also removing some existing trail segments. So when we studied the park, we noticed that there was some redundancies in the trails. And by removing some of these trail portions, we're able to save on future costs and costs currently. So some of the trails that are being removed are, you can see in that northeastern corner, there's like a U shape, a sideways, backwards C shape, I'll say that. That trail would be removed. And what's kind of difficult to see in this plan is there's an existing north-south trail that runs right along the road. So you would still get the looping action that happens within the park, but just not the cost of having to maintain that trail. And another trail that would be removed is just directly east of where the shelter is near the playground. Again, there's just some redundancies with connections to that north-south trail. And then right in the center of the park, we are proposing a zip line. Now, this is an alternate, pending what bids come back with. But one thing that is not an alternate is there is a crushed aggregate path that will run through the center of the park. And that just provides more activation to the center of the park. Right now, it's an open space, so this gives another looping option for park visitors. And then one last thing is we've got a porta potty restroom enclosure shown just north of that existing parking lot. There's a little square there. Yep. All right, next slide. So here's some zoom-ins for exactly what those features include. This is the proposed tennis court. Like I said, there's going to be some pickleball striping included in there. We will include a new tennis net with adjustable center straps and posts just to help meet regulations. And then we're going with a black powder-coated chain link fence, which the reason for that selection is just to help with maintenance costs, and also it looks a little bit sharper than just the regular galvanized chain link fence. Next slide. This is a layout plan for the basketball court, and this is just showing dimensions, you know, if you're curious, but then also we'll be ordering this basketball hoop system, which comes with a post, backboard, and nets. Next slide. This is that restroom enclosure, and you may recognize this restroom enclosure. This is at Carrick's Landing. So we'll be ordering the exact same fence with the same etching and everything, just to show some cohesiveness throughout the park system here. And then Nick touched a little bit on community engagement, but since the playground is such an important aspect of this project, I thought it might be nice to go into some of the details of what we heard on the playground. So I'll keep it somewhat brief, but just good stuff to know as we look at what was eventually, or what is eventually being proposed. So we asked the community if they preferred new equipment at the playground, and the majority said that they did prefer new equipment over refurbishing or repairing equipment. And then when it came to playground style, actually this was really great for the design team to hear, because originally we had been thinking nature play or nature inspired play might be what the community desires, but really adventure and climbing play was what had the most interest from the community. And then in terms of accessible features that were desired at the site, having some nice paved paths throughout the site, accessible swings, and accessible spinning play. And when I say paved paths, sorry, I mean like poured in place paths within the playground, not throughout the whole park. And then also some of those top playground design considerations is dynamic movement. And on the survey, there was a picture of a zip line. So that's what that dynamic movement is alluding to. And then lots of climbing components, which align with the adventure play, swings, some age separation, items like that. Next slide. Back one slide. There we go. So this is the playground layout. Just a little more context on the playground. We received 4 different options from different playground vendors, and the Park Commission had selected Midwest Playscapes as the playground vendor. Midwest Playscapes represents Playworld as their play structure provider. HKGI has worked with them before, and it's a really great playground equipment. So I'm very excited for you guys to be going with them. It's sometimes a little hard to look at plans. So luckily we do have some renderings here, but I'll just point out a couple things in case you're curious. So the playground vendor did provide 2 alternates for where that zip line is located, whether it's in the southeast quadrant or if it's in the center portion of the park. And the Park Commission determined that they'd like to go with this add alternate 2, which is activating that center part of the park. Some great things about this plan is you can see that blue is the poured in place and all the other surfacing is that engineered wood fiber surfacing. So it makes it nice and accessible. And then there is some age separated play, which I can point out in the following slides. All right, so that larger structure that you see in the playground, that would be the 5 to 12-year-old play equipment. You have a lot of climbing opportunities, a lot of slides, different poured in place options to get to those amenities. I believe there's monkey bars in there as well. And then that smaller structure just to, I guess, the left of that photo on the left, that would then be for the 2 to 5. So that is providing that age separation that was brought up in the community engagement. Also some accessible spinning, that's that little circle there within the board in place, a teeter-totter like feature, and then we also have some accessible swings mixed with traditional swings. And then this is just a little closer look. You can see that dome on the far left. That is kind of, I think it's called a cozy dome, and that's to help children who may be overstimulated. Honestly, I could see myself hanging out in there. It looks pretty awesome. There's also things like a balance beam, lots of features packed into this small area. And then this is a rendering of the zip line. Playworld has a great zip line. It's over 100 feet. So you can imagine sliding down and then running back. It's a great way to burn some energy for kids and adults. So then let's get into the costs here. For the playground's target budget was $175K, and the number is a little small, but I can still see it. They came in at $174,944, so just under that target budget, which is great. That includes all of the surfacing, all of the stuff that you saw in those renderings will be included in the playground design. The zip line is that only alternate, which we had mentioned, and that's about roughly 46,000, we'll say. And that would be pending how bids come back. If bids come back a little bit under, then maybe we could get that zip line in the park. If we go to the next slide, this is the overall cost for the park, $580K. Just a reminder is what we were targeting, and we've got the cost estimate coming in at $576,629. Some things that are included, I called out a lot of them in the proposed plan earlier, but also we do have irrigation allowance included in there. This includes some of the site prep that's needed for construction. It includes design services. All of the nitty-gritty is packed into this cost estimate here. And then next is the alternate. So this includes the zip line as well as some edging that would go between that engineered wood fiber and the existing lawn that's out there. And then all in, if we were to do all of these improvements, that would come at about $629,229. So next steps, if this gets approved, then we would have a bid opening on March 18th, and then the bid would be awarded at the city council meeting on March 23rd. We would start construction in May and hopefully have construction complete by mid-August. And that is all I've got.
Hannah, can you pull up, or Adam, who's running the screen? Adam, okay. Because we talk about irrigation. What parts are we irrigating?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mayor. The whole majority of the park is currently irrigated. The city had placed a well there when the park was originally built. It's in good working order. We just want to make sure we're repairing the essential infrastructure and make sure the park is maintained to that green. It's a very sandy park. Yep. So we're making sure that, it looks aesthetically pleasing, not that dead brown grass, as the city's already invested infrastructure at this site.
Okay.
A good thing, Mayor and Council, too, to be mindful is, we're doing these projects after that 20+ year threshold. So built in 2005, we're about 21 years here now. We cannot find, current playground parts and things like that. There's, things that come into safety concerns. Play has changed, accessibility has changed. The pavement's in poor condition. You obviously can see the tennis courts cracking, the basketball courts failing. It's time to address these things and to, package it all into a comprehensive package. So it's one time we're touching this park. Like I said, there were some lessons learned with school. No, we didn't get the parking lot at the first time. We learned to order the playground early tonight. So, I mean, there are some things we've learned throughout this process for these renovation projects. More than happy to tag team questions between Hannah and myself.
Yeah, my question was just irrigation. I was there when the park was built, and so I was just making sure, are we lessening it? Are we sprinkling the whole thing still, or what's the plan?
Sure.
So, thank you.
Okay.
Corey?
Hey, Nick, I don't know if I asked this before about the lighting, the current lighting situation in the park.
Yep.
And-
Councilmember, it's right Hennepin still has our lights out there and they're in good working order. So a site analysis was done initially, and HKGI and staff have been out there and made sure that the lights still function. They're still in good, like a working order. The paint's still good on them. They are LED. I think they've been converted. A lot of our stuff has been converted throughout the years. So the lighting is adequate out there.
Okay, because that leads down to our Norrin Landing Park, right?
Correct. So the trail
That's well lit.
referencing the north-south trail along Cadler Avenue runs about a half mile down to Norland Park there.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. Well, thank you for the presentation.
Thank you.
Putting
Thank
this all
you.
together.
Thank you.
All right, council, in your packet, there are two motions. There's no further questions.
Mayor, I'll make a motion.
Yes.
Motion to approve the Lily Pond Park renovation project plans and specifications and to authorize the bid process.
Second.
Motion by Tina, seconded by Ryan. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
I'll make another motion.
Okay.
Motion to accept the quote and authorize staff to procure the, procure the playground equipment from Midwest Playscapes in the amount of $174,944.83.
Second. All right, motion by Tina, seconded by Michelle. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
And pass along to the park and rec staff, like, thanks for all their work with this, because as you said, you mentioned a lot about lessons learned from school now. So I think this is nice that we have it all packaged together and some savings by ordering stuff ahead of time and keeping it moving forward. So thank you. All right. As we said, item 5 was removed. So a little background, we did have a meeting earlier this evening on that. And so we will be moving forward as a council with some discussions leading up to what that looks like for our projects in a certain area that is a commercial zone. More to follow. All right, item 6 is city council reports and updates. We will first start out with updates from commissions. First is heritage preservation.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I have no updates.
Okay. Parks and Rec, Michelle.
We met last week, last Tuesday, and reviewed presentations or proposals from HKGI and Hawkinson Associates, sorry, I'm really blanking, sorry. And kind of reviewed stuff for the master planning, and so that will be coming out here in the near future for us to decide on.
Thank you. Next is Planning Commission, Ryan.
Madam Mayor, the Planning Commission reviewed updates for a sign ordinance, for our current sign ordinance. It's being simplified, I guess I should say. The commission also provided a recommendation for updates to the construction site ordinances, which will come to the council at a later date. The next meeting for the Planning Commission is Monday, March 2nd. There will be a public hearing item on Meadow Haven Development, which is a development just southeast of Water Tower 4.
Thank you. Next is Public Safety. Tina.
Public safety, we had some visitors, Stu Randall from the Maple Grove Radio Club. He spoke of what he did and how he possibly could help and volunteer with public safety here in Otsego. And at the time, Mike Scott, our interim fire chief, at that time had 9 candidates for fire chief. I know there's more than that at this time, but that was back on February 10th. So more to come on that.
Perfect. All right, we still are under city council reports and updates. Does anyone have anything?
We had item 3.3.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan.
That's okay.
Well,
Yeah. 6.3.
I'm still under
6.1.
city council reports and updates, but then we'll do your 3.3. It's on the other side. Okay, if no one has anything, then we'll move on to item 6.1, which was the 3.3. Ryan?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I oppose this action because our city is able to receive excellent service from our existing contract providers at a price point that is cost efficient for the taxpayer. If approved, the total cost of owning our own fire department will increase to a whopping $15,146,862.75, which would have paid for 10 years of contracted service.
All right, Corey?
Madam Mayor, I'd make a motion to approve pay application number 14 in the amount of $678,000 and 146.30 for work completed on the fire station project.
Second.
Motion by Corey, seconded by Tina. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-1. Okay, moving on to staff reports and updates. Item 7.1 is to consider scheduling a special city council meeting to discuss Prairie Park Phase 1 project.
Mayor, Council, thank you. Staff would propose a special meeting on March 9th at 5:30 p.m. if that is available in all of your schedules. Staff would like to review some of the things that the Park and Rec Commission have been talking through in terms of Phase 1, financing components, et cetera, related to that project.
Okay. Everybody get out your phones or calendars.
I will be out of town.
I'll be here.
It works for me.
Are you okay if we move ahead that night?
You're fine.
Okay. Is 5:30 what you're requesting? Nick?
Think so? Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, please.
To be safe.
Well, do you need us here early?
There's a lot to talk about. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then I will make a motion to call for a special city council meeting to discuss Prairie Park Phase 1 on Monday, March 9th at 5:30.
Second.
Motion by Jessica, seconded by Corey. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Meeting is scheduled. Item 7.2 is to consider scheduling. Tongue-tied. Consider scheduling a special city council meeting to conduct fire chief interviews.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. So as previously mentioned by Councilmember Gady, we've had the position open previously at Public Safety Commission. We did receive 18 applicants in total for the fire chief position. We are working our way through the initial screening process. And so by the hopefully middle of March, we'll be able to bring 1 or 2 candidates to the council for consideration. So we're looking to hopefully do March 16th at 5:30 p.m. if possible. Otherwise, Wednesday or Thursday of that week as well, if that is possible for everyone.
Everyone, March 16th.
16th.
It's a Monday.
Yeah.
Does it work? Are you checking or it's for?
No, I can't that day.
It works for me.
It works. That's for me too.
I guess what
Commission
time?
night.
5:30.
There is no
There is no
planning commission.
that night.
Oh, okay.
I'm having surgery that day.
Oh, okay.
Oh, seriously, man.
All right, he's having knee surgery.
Councilmember
Fine, we'll let you off.
Danner, would 17th or 18th work then?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
will this be out
The
of?
17th or 18th.
Maybe the 18th
Oh,
because
my
he's, if Monday's your surgery, is that surgery day?
You're probably good.
Oh, guys.
18th, yeah, either one.
18th would be
Okay.
perfect.
Tina's out of town on the 18th.
Oh, 17th. Good.
And the 17th, I leave on the 17th. I'm out that whole week, 17th through the 20th.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
Hold
about the
on.
9th? That's what happens when you travel. I'm sorry.
Let's
Where
see.
you really need your knee
that-
fixed?
How about Tuesday, the 24th?
Nope, I'm booked.
Mayor, I think maybe we'll send out a doodle poll tomorrow.
I think that's
Check
more
availability.
Well, thank you for your consideration.
Sorry.
More to come, more to come.
It was gonna be so great, you guys. You're gonna make two meetings. Uh-oh. Do you not anticipate being prepared the week before?
Not at this
No.
time.
Okay. No, I just
Yeah.
wasn't sure. I figured I'd ask.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll anticipate a doodle poll tomorrow. Hopefully. Okay. This week, early this week. Okay. Everyone check your emails.
Mhm.
So we will call for that once Adam gets me the confirmed date, then I can work through Audra to call for that if it needs to be made before our next council.
Yes, Mayor.
Okay. All right, we are still under staff reports and updates. Sabrina.
Thank you, Mayor. So just quick other updates. So last week we did have 3 recruitments closed. So we had the utility 4-person water collection and distribution. We received 9 applicants for that, which has been really great to see increase in applications for our utilities department. For a while there didn't seem to be as many people getting into the field, so that's been really great. I have to say good job to the utilities department with the local schools and trying to get a good pipeline going. Then we also had the fire chief position closed with 18 applicants in total. So that was a very good turnout, especially on a shorter turnaround time that we typically have for recruitments. And then we also closed the human resources and payroll coordinator position. So we did end up receiving 77 applications in total. I have been very, very impressed with our candidates. It's just taken a little bit longer than I was anticipating to get through all of it. So
That's 77.
yeah.
And that's filling
Plus
one position.
18 plus
Yeah.
9. Wow.
Yeah, so it's been I guess in other ways it's probably some of the better bad spots to be in of having a good candidate pool. So looking forward to hopefully getting some interviews done and bringing in recommendations to council as we get through those. So I think that's all I have. Thank you.
Mayor,
Yep.
council, no updates for me tonight.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no updates either.
Okay. Dave,
No updates, thank you.
Dan,
Mayor, no updates.
Ron,
No updates, Mayor.
what?
You win.
Oh, no, I don't.
I know Sergeant Altman's will have updates for us. Good job.
I'll take their time.
That's right.
I thought you guys were too nice to that Parks and Rec guy. Just have to.
We were worried about safety. Corey asked about lighting.
Good. Lighting important. The one Parks and Rec meeting I did talk about lighting. Okay. A couple things that I have. Fortunately, the sheriff was nice enough to let me go up to Alexandria Technical College today. That's one of the biggest law enforcement programs in the state for people that are kind of getting into the law enforcement profession. Let me go up there and do some of the mock job interviews with a group of them. Pretty cool to experience everybody trying to get through the program and having some conversations with how to properly do a job interview for trying to be a cop, specifically with Wright County. So I definitely go up there in the manner of trying to help out, but it ends up being disguised as a bit of a recruitment mission for me. So put the bug in the ear of a handful of different people. So it's kind of interesting to be able to talk with a lot of them about everything that we have going on for our agency and everything that we've changed in probably the last 10 or so years. It was nice to see that a lot of the students up there had good things to hear and say about Wright County. So it's really cool. A handful of them are from the general area of Wright County. There's a then it lives in Elk River, and we had talked about Otsego for a little bit, so it's kind of cool. I was trying to crunch some numbers the other day. Somebody had asked me from the community just about specifically as it relates to the roundabouts that potentially, are be coming in, the roundabouts that exist and the roundabouts that are coming into the community here in the next couple of years. So I'm trying to work on an actual formal report as that comes through. As I was going through, it was kind of interesting to go through some other statistics or things that popped up. As far as crashes, the number or the busiest day for crashes is actually Sunday, with Wednesday being number 2. I guess I wasn't expecting that. The top 2 reasons for crashes occurring are fail to yield and distracted driving. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. And the crashes by ages, by far, age 18, 19, and 20 are the ones involved with crashes, and it kind of tails off after that. So, other than that, I don't know if I have anything more specific for you guys, but unless you have something for me.
Does anyone have anything?
I saw that, I think on the Facebook site for Wright County, you guys inherited like a 2009 Crown Vic.
So the gentleman that one of the co-founders of Guardian Fleet Safety, we've been doing work with him since like 2015. Every single squad car since like 2017 has gone through his program in his company. And he's like probably had his hands on every single one of our squad cars in some capacity since then. So I think as a thank you for the business, he quite frankly, he's just really passionate about those sort of things. He's from the area. He was actually one of our explorers back in the day. So,
Oh, cool.
I'll be honest, I went in, I had no idea what was going on either. I had walked into our building over there where we store some stuff, and all of a sudden there's this Crown Vic sitting there. I'm like, who's unlucky enough to get this old thing in the rotation? So, I was, okay. So, yeah, it's really cool. I honestly, Crown Victorias are like the coolest car on the planet. So.
Cool.
Awesome. So we'll see you driving it.
If I can get that computer, if I can get this computer somehow mounted in there, that'll work. You might see me out there. I'd love to.
Well, show that picture of the old school computer. So that's pretty archaic.
Yeah.
You said it last week.
You ring the old faithful alone.
All right. Well, if no one else has anything, thank you for your update.
Thank you. Thank you, Sergeant.
Awesome. And I'm just going to extend a thank you to all of the people that did apply for our commission opening that we had. We have one person present this evening. That was, we made a motion on item 3.8 to adopt our new advisory commission member. So we have 5 total that were adopted for 4-year rotation. Some are returning and some people are new faces. So again, thank you for everyone that stepped up to interview with the full council, and congratulations to the people that were chosen to serve on those commissions. Does anyone else have anything? All right, then a motion to adjourn would be in order.
Second.
Motion by Tina, seconded by Michelle. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, same sign. The meeting is ended. Thank you all for attending this evening.